Hello, everyone, and welcome to Infused Transitions. I wanted to jump on this morning and do a reading in honor of one of my clients. So, yes, this is a general reading, but it was inspired for one of my clients who had an extremely successful milestone that she accomplished. I'm not going to say her name, obviously, but a shout out to you. You know who you are. And so it really inspired me to want to do a reading to just honor that. So I am actually going to pause for just a moment because I need to turn my fan on. I'm already getting hot. I can already feel things moving. And I will be right back. Okay, guys. Well, hopefully the sound of that won't be annoying to you guys. Hopefully you won't even be able to hear it. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get started. As you can see, these are the decks that I am at the moment thinking I'm going to be using or may possibly use. I might grab some other one if I feel so led to do so. So yeah, you can pause if you want to look them up, or I can try to remember to put them in the description box below. And we're just going to get ready to go. I also wanted to share this little guy. I love this plant. This plant has a significance to me from a different lifetime. And I love it on my amethyst face mask, actually. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because to me it was very significant with the reading that we're going to be doing in regards to, every milestone that we reach is just another, I don't mean just as in only, I mean, it is another step forward. It is another, can be catapulting us forward. And it is all part of the process into growing and blooming into where we're going and into who we truly are. All right. So with all of that said, we are going to get going here. The first thing that we're going to look at is, you know what? I think I want to grab, grabbing a deck that I didn't even have out. This is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm wanting to first, let's see, how did reaching this milestone shift the energy? Now, again, I realize this is a general reading, and this can apply to all of you out there that have reached your own milestones, or in the process of reaching them, or you're fast approaching your milestones, right? All right, we're going to do one more here. One more. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. So first we're just asking, how did, working through this milestone, attaining, reaching, succeeding through this milestone. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. How did it shift things? How did it shift things? Okay. Sweet. Very nice. All right. So how did it shift things? We'll look at that. I also have to apologize that my camera's a little shaky. I don't have my usual setup here, so just bear with me here. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups here to me, look at her. She's celebrating. This is being, reaching, attaining, having, contentment. This is having being fulfilled with the self, being happy with the self, celebrating the self, which, anytime we've reached a milestone, it's important, whether it is a small one or a colossally huge one. It is important to acknowledge all of our milestones, all of our accomplishments, because these are what help us to motivate us to keep us going, on our journey. There is also bringing in new perspectives and understandings because this milestone was reached. There's enlightenment, there's awakening, there's moving to that next season, that next phase, that next part of your path or your journey with this new understanding of self, with this new sense of accomplishment, this encouragement that was brought on by your own hard work. So I think that that's an amazing start. I love that that's what came out. Let's put this over here so you can still see it. All right. Let's move these out of the way. All right. Now, we're just going to be asking here, again, how did it shift things, but also because this milestone was reached, what's coming forward? What is now coming forward? All right. Let's see. Now what is coming forward? Oopsie. Let's see. Community. Let's get one more. Thank you. Oops. TikTok. Okay. Oh, they're saying nope, this deck first. Okay. These were all pre-shuffled prior to starting, just so you know. All right. What else do we have? Continue with the information. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Love that. Can we get one more? Oh, no, that's too many. No, I'm hearing move on to the next deck. Okay. All right, what else are we going to use? Oh, look at that, it flipped already. Nice. Okay. Thank you. Sweet. All right, so this is what we've got going on here. So we have community, okay? So the community card to me, I mean, it's obvious, right? Having that support, having the friends, the acquaintances, your team, whatever that looks like, whether that's energetic, physical, metaphorical, whatever. Having community is extremely important now because we're talking about reaching milestones, great accomplishments. I think that it's important to understand, and the timing of this, TikTok, interesting. The timing of this is important because to me, this is talking about you have reached a new space, right? You've reached a new space, and when that happens, I mean, there's no way to sugarcoat it, guys. I just got to throw it out there. Often our community is going to switch in a different direction, okay? This means that maybe people we've known like all our lives, or people that we've known, even sometimes people we've only known for a few days, whatever that looks like, and anywhere in between, right? It's not uncommon that when we reach a new place and space. Oh my gosh, see? Yep, okay, I'll get there. That it's important to allow our community to shift and change. This holding on, and I see it in my head. In fact, I believe that there is a card in this deck that is about resistance, and it's about trying to hold on to things of the past, and that includes people, relationships, things that you have outgrown. There it is. See? Yeah, resistance. That's exactly what I saw in my head. So there's, when we hold on, when there's this resistance to let go of the things that are ready to be let go of, and a lot of times that can mean a community shakeup, a community change, what our community looks like, turning into something different. And it's not that it's bad. It's not that anybody is bad. It's not that, it's just we're stretching, we're growing, we're expanding, right? And what was isn't always in alignment to come with. Everybody's on their own journey, in their own time, in their own place and space. And, when we try to hold on and resist the change of what's coming, when we try to make things fit to what we think they should be, well, we're not only not helping ourselves, but we're not helping the people, the places, the situations, the events, whatever the case may be. Excuse me, we're not helping those either. So I feel like, this is a message to relax, allow your community to change. Be willing to acknowledge and allow yourself to process with sincerity and being honest with yourself those people, places, situations, events, perceptions, beliefs, and understandings that are just no longer serving. That it's time to let them go because it's just not aligned anymore. And when things aren't aligned and we keep trying to force them, we bump into walls. We can end up moving backwards instead of forwards. We can end up creating situations where there's going to be like a big blowout, and it didn't even have to come to that. It could have just been an honoring and respecting. There's an outgrowing of each other, or outgrowing of this place, or outgrowing of this situation, whatever the case may be. And it could have just allowed it to fall away naturally. But when we resist that, we create that constant tension, and then we're just working not only against ourselves, but also against, them, in the sense of each person, each situation, each event, each place has to have its own process. And it's about honoring yourself as well as honoring whatever that is at the same time, and looking at things through this new perspective. Sometimes we just need practice in remembering to look at things through this new perspective instead of trying to use our old lens to have this new vision. Anybody who wears glasses or contacts can understand that, right? When, you just don't want to go get that new prescription and stuff for whatever reason. And, you just keep trying to function on that. And, it can have all sorts of issues with that. You don't see clearly. Things are distorted. It can cause headaches. It causes eye strain, right? It's the same theory. TikTok, I find it interesting that this came in because, again, I feel like it's playing its role. Now, for some of you who are in this position where you're resisting and you're holding on to the old, again, whether that's a person, place, an event, a situation, beliefs, perceptions that are just not serving, it's important to let these go. It is really important to let these go. I also feel like the TikTok card is also telling us, one, there's everything is done in divine timing, right? Time can fly, but at the same time, time can seem to stand still, and even at the same time. But I do feel that it is related to this whole allowing the community to change, whatever that looks like for you, because by resisting it, you're also then resisting the Sun card. You're also holding this back at bay. And now, he's reminding me. So when I was first talking about this, I was kind of like that, kind of clearing my throat thing. And I feel like that was just basically saying, and if you're honest with yourself, I'm sure that you would agree that, when our community is built up of people, places, events, situations that are no longer in alignment with us, it's very challenging to be able to be free and be ourselves. People don't want to hear what we have to say. Or we can talk and it's like no one's listening. Or we can talk and it's like everybody wants to argue with our point of view. Or, we're trying to move forward and do this and they're still trying to get us to go do that. Or we're trying to move forward and go do this, but we're just hanging on to our community. So instead of making that move to that new place, situation, event, person, whatever, people, community, we end up staying stuck. And then it's like, I think it's the 9 of Swords in the one deck, or maybe it's the 8 of Swords. I don't remember which now off the top of my head, but she's like surrounded by swords, right? She's got the blindfold on, her hands are tied, and she's surrounded by swords. And, we kind of create our own prison. We create our own stumbling blocks. And, it's something that we frequently may have to learn. Sometimes, I'm no different than everybody else. There's times that it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? Or why didn't I just let that go? Or, it's just kind of crazy how sometimes we get in our own way and we don't even realize how drastically we are getting in our own way and in the way of other people being able to be themselves. But the bottom line is shifting and changing is going to be important. Updating your community to update with this new success, these newfound learnings, understandings, perspectives, aha moments, epiphanies, feelings, gifts, whatever that is for you, right? Because when we're holding ourselves back over here, we're then holding this away. We're not allowing this Sun card to come in. The Sun card is like, the most amazing card, right? It's like joy on steroids, which, felicity. It's birthing new ideas. It's cleansing. It's having dreams and wishes coming true. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's 2 birds down here in the very corner. One is outside of the cage. One is still in the cage. And I think that is a perfect illustration, if you will, of exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you've made it out of this being stuck, being trapped, being blocked, being whatever label you want to put on there. And by not changing your community, you still have others who are still sitting in that bird cage. And it's like, well, what are you going to do? Are you just going to forever sit right outside the door there, trying to convince them to get out? Or are you going to allow yourself to fly and continue to move forward? And I think the other thing is too, and this was something that this client that inspired me to do this shout out and this reading she said herself was, by her doing what she's doing, holding that hope, right, to inspire the others, right? Inspire the others. But it's going to be their choice if they're going to get out of that cage and move forward, or are they going to just stay in there? It's not about us taking on the responsibility to push and push and put. They got to do it themselves. But the more you soar, the more inspiring you are, right? The more you sit, the more you just reaffirm that, see, it doesn't really do that much, kind of thing. We also see there's this balance opportunity that comes in with allowing yourself to go with the flow. Allow yourself to live your life now with these new perspectives, new understandings, and moving forward from this new understanding, new perspective. Allowing your community to shift, letting go of that resistance, and allowing things to flow, moving into the sun. But this is also offering you an opportunity for inner balance within yourself, right? her head is in the clouds. She can't see, but yet everything is balanced, right? To me, this is talking about, in this instance, about there's that moving in the unknown sometimes. You know, we might not know what's going to happen tomorrow, etc. But from this new perspective and allowing yourself to move from these new beliefs, this new alignment, this new movement forward, and this momentum of the Sun card and this balance, you can move forward into the unknown more in tune with yourself, more in tune with your gifts, more in tune with your tools. And we get better and better and better at being able to go with the flow, so that when things come up, we're able to pull back and, or not pull back, but, well, pause for that moment, right? And look at our new perspectives and our new understandings and go, okay, but I see this, this, and this now. And even that in of itself is a reason to celebrate, because how many times do we not acknowledge that, wow, 6 months ago, a year ago, I never would have had that understanding. That's an awesome moment to celebrate for yourself, right? Acknowledge your accomplishments. This is also about acceptance. I mean, accepting the new community, accepting that there are going to be things of the old that are going to fall away, and accepting yourself in this new you, which can be an adjustment all on its own, right? Because we get so used to looking at ourselves one way, it can be challenging. And I mean, these can be good things, these can be wonderful things, but yet it can still be challenging for us to allow ourselves to really acknowledge and accept, to truly self-accept ourselves, and accept the fact that things change. And the more we resist and the more we hold on, the more we're going to stay stuck. Okay? I hope that all made sense. I'm wanting to pull a few of these cards just as a way of how to best support ourselves as we continue to move forward, as we continue to take flight. Move away from the perch of sitting right outside that cage waiting for this other person or people to decide if they are or are not going to do whatever, because that's their deal. And, who wants to waste hours, days, weeks, months, years sitting around waiting for somebody else? It's the world is waiting for each of us. We each have something to contribute. We each have things to send out and send forward. So I feel that's really important. All right, I wasn't going to take all of these, but I guess that's not in the cards. I am to take them all because it's in the cards. Get it? Okay, this first one is about physical health, and it says, I honor my health by resting, eating well, and moving every day. Okay. Next is, I am gentle with myself. Emotional health. Freaking adorable little dog. I've always enjoyed Westies and Scotties. Okay, the next one is, I trust myself to act with I trust myself to act when the energy moves me. Trusting in the moving, trusting in the process. Trust me. I'm not saying that that's easy. I think we all struggle with that from time to time. I don't think anyone bypasses that all the time. It's just, it's part of this learning process. Okay? And this one is about, again, emotional health. Okay? And then we have, I am focused, organized, and easily able to honor the priorities that need my attention. Looks a lot like a cat I had once. And this is falling under the work category. But I feel that even though these have categories, I do feel that they often can apply to a variety of our life areas. All right? Speaking of animals. Napoleon, stay out of there. He's such a beautiful cat. I would show you, but I don't want him to think that he's allowed to get on the table here, because then you invite him once and oh my gosh, he takes over. He's funny though. Beautiful cat. All right, let's see. What other messages do you have for us today? Baby, stop hitting my arm. Get down, get down. Not today. Can't get up here anyway. Thank you. Could I get one more, please? Can I get one more? Oh, he's so persistent. Napoleon. Baby, not now. Get down, babe. He keeps trying to get up in my lap. Nope. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh, I said one more. I didn't want a whole bunch more. Did that flip? No. Okay. All right. So we're going to start this way. All right. We got see past through the lens of grace. See the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support our spiritual evolution. I mean, oh my gosh, how on target is that saying, right? Perception. Yeah, see, perception. It's that perception, that new understanding, right? And you know, when you're going to look at the past, look at it through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support our spiritual evolution, which again includes allowing people to let go of people, places, events, situations, whatever that may be, that we are no longer aligned to, right? Next, we have turn off the noise. Silence nourishes the body, the mind, and the spirit. Quiet. Now, I'm going to put this out there because some of us, you know, myself included, have a difficult time being able to just sit for long periods of time and in quiet. I don't think you have to. I mean, yes, being quiet is very helpful. If you can do that even if, you know, a few times a day, awesome and amazing. But it doesn't mean you have to sit for, you know, even 15 minutes, you know, doing that for 2 minutes, doing it for a minute. You start where you meet yourself where you are. But allowing yourself to have some quiet when and where it is needed and or appropriate, do what works for you, because it is very, very healing. I do have to caution you that a garbage truck is coming, so I don't know if the dogs are going to be quiet or not. Next we have surprise. Oh, there we go. Hold on a moment, please. Okay, so hopefully he won't get too bad. I'm afraid to pause my camera for too long because it may just boot me out, and then we have to do things in parts, and I don't like that. Okay, so we have surprise. And keep an open mind. Open mind. The influence of grace is often found in unexpected places. Okay? Have that open mind. Patience. Oh, of course. I get the patience card so much. Whether it's called patience, temperance, or something there like that. It's like, oh, yeah. Those of you who know me know the whole deal behind that. Okay, so trust in divine timing. Your future holds something far greater than your past. So incredibly important and so true, right? The future holds that which is so much better than where we came from. We are ascending, we're growing, we are expanding, right? I mean, the vastness of opportunity and change is just mind-boggling. Self. I love this card. Go within. When we invest more energy in developing our spiritual lives, the outer world begins to take care of itself. Again, yeah. You know, just like I was saying with the one with the bird, you know, This is about taking care of yourself, and that is not selfish. So many people are like, oh, but I can't do that. That's so self-centered. That's so selfish. And it's like, no, it's not. If you think about that, think about your energy levels and the quality of your energy, right? When we are chaotic, jumbled, not in alignment with ourselves, we're doing things, experiencing things, allowing things that are just not in alignment, are truly not supportive of ourselves in whatever way, shape, or form, right? Then what kind of energy do you think you're sharing and giving out to others, right? It really does make it that difference. It really does make that difference. It is about changing our spiritual world, our inner world, and that naturally is going to change our outer world. I mean, it's just part of the process. So let's see, we have one more deck. Let's get just a couple more out of here. And then we will be closing this out. Okay. Thank you. Clearing. Yep. Clearing. Clear the clutter. When in doubt, throw it out. And to me, throwing it out means taking it to the thrift shop, because something that may not be helpful to you anymore can be very helpful to somebody else. Obviously, unless it's something that's completely, broken and not functioning, then yes, but yeah, time to declutter. Again, it's part of that letting go. It's part of that allowing things that are a reflection of this newer version of yourself, this new you, to be what is in your environment, to be what you have around you that will continue to support you in your process. Okay, I don't know where to put this that you could still see it. Okay, next we have relaxation. Again, quiet and relaxation. It is going to end the self. Quiet, relaxation, and the self. So there really is a need to honor your body and your mind, your soul, your spirit, your mental, emotional, physical, energetic, etc. It really is helpful in letting go of the past and sustaining your new space, as well as bringing in the next movement forward. So allow yourself to be lazy. It's okay to do nothing. Allow yourself to be lazy. It's okay to do nothing. And I'm actually going to move this one over here because it's very important. All right, opportunity. Release your ties to the past. Again, release that resistance to not let go of the past. Release the ties to your old community. Release the ties to sitting outside the cage waiting for other people to come with you. Release the ties to the past. When you let go of the old, you make room for the new. This is incredible opportunities for you that are knocking at your door. And it is important for you to let go of the past so that the new can come in. And again, even though you think you're letting go as in, and it's painful, and it can be painful, it can be emotional. Allow it to be emotional, but it doesn't have to keep us immobile. Time. So again, here we are, we're getting another card about timing. I'm messing this all up. Sorry about that. We're getting another card about timing, TikTok, and time. Schedule a sacred date with yourself. You deserve time for your life. And again, see, the self, quiet, relaxation, scheduling time for yourself. Time to honor yourself, time to have a sacred space within and within your environment, without, outside of yourself, right? And spending that time with yourself, time for you and for your life. And again, doing this is going to allow you and nurture you and fortify you as you move through this transitioning of letting go of the old so that the new can be a part of your current experience and can continue to, I'm hearing the word, propel you forward. Okay, so that's what I have for everybody. I hope that this was helpful. Again, a shout out to my client. You know who you are. So proud of you. Keep going. You so got this. You've so got this. Congratulations. All right, everybody. Bye.